A child is born in North Korea, but as soon as he is born, the innocent child is declared a traitor. North Korea is known for having the strictest laws in the world, and some of them are so unbelievable that it's hard to believe. For example, there will be an election here, but there is no option to vote. You can only vote for one person, and if you don't, you go straight to jail. There is only one channel on TV here, and there's no option to tune the channel. North Korea is perhaps the only country in the world where you can go to jail not for committing a crime, but for thinking about it. Viewers, until 1945, Japan ruled all of Korea for 35 years, but after World War II, Korea was divided into two parts, North Korea and South Korea. North Korea was under the influence of the Soviet Union, while South Korea was under American influence. In 1948, Kim Il-sung of the Kim dynasty was made the leader, and North Korea became the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, but democracy never really existed here. In 1950, a war broke out between North and South Korea, known as the Korean War. But after the war ended, there was no spirit of reconciliation. Because of this, both countries are technically still in a state of war. In North Korea, to maintain power, only one family has ruled to this day. First Kim Il-sung, then Kim Jong-il, and now Kim Il-sung's grandson, Kim Jong-un. Each ruler has taken the strictest measures to protect their throne. They have relied on harsh laws to maintain control. Many rules have been made here to forcibly suppress people through fear and punishment, so that people don't get impressed by South Korea and Western culture and turn against us. Today, we will mention some of these strange rules. Let's start. In 2024, North Korea banned the use of sunglasses in wedding dresses. Here, at metro or public stations, instead of music. Speeches of the Kim family are played, and during this time, no one is allowed to talk to each other or make noise. In North Korea, if people are caught watching South Korean dramas or Hollywood films, they face labor camps or severe punishment. This is to prevent ideological contamination, meaning to stop foreign influences on the public. In North Korea, ordinary people are not allowed to use the internet, but only the internet. It's a completely closed network that operates only within North Korea. Even on this network, the state monitors and checks what people are watching, reading, and talking about. This way, the government controls the information reaching the people so they are not influenced by the outside world. In North Korea, making a foreign call without the state's permission is also illegal. Meaning, if you want to talk to someone outside the country, you must get permission from the government. Here, TV, radio, and newspapers can only be run by the state. The concept of private media is unimaginable. This media only praises the government, glorifies the Kim dynasty, and mentions foreign enemies, such as the US, there. From childhood, hatred against America and its allies is instilled in the common people. In North Korea, the government also has strict control over people's hairstyles. The government has allowed only a few specific hairstyles, meaning people are told which hairstyles they can have. Everything that reflects the outside world is banned here, like wearing jeans, dyeing hair, or wearing flashy clothes. Those who do so have their belongings confiscated and are punished. Not only are clothes restricted, but even eating food of one's choice is not allowed. Hot dogs are banned because they are common in American culture, and budae-jjigae and tteokbokki are banned because they are South Korean. A permit is required to travel from one city to another. Without it, travel is considered illegal. North Korean passports are only given to the elite class, such as government officials and close associates of Kim Jong-un. The general public cannot even dream of leaving North Korea. In North Korea, whether it's land, a house, a shop, or a business, everything is owned by the state. No individual can own them, they can only be used with the state's permission. Following or practicing any religion is also illegal here, meaning people cannot follow any religion of their choice. Although there are churches in North Korea, they exist only to show the outside world that there is religious freedom. In reality, those who use them are sent to labor camps. In North Korea, if anyone tries to go against the government or raise their voice against the Kim dynasty, not only they but their entire family can be imprisoned, and this punishment can extend to 3 generations. Meaning if one person is found to be a traitor and years later their grandchild is born, that innocent child will also be labeled a traitor. This is done to ensure that the blood of rebellion never rises again. They can't rise against the family. Here, every colony, apartment, and house is surrounded by government spies who secretly keep an eye on everyone. The strangest thing is that in this country, not only committing a crime but even thinking about committing one can land you in jail. That means, if someone thinks against the government and it gets reported, it's like shooting yourself in the foot. From birth to death in North Korea, there are weekly self-criticism sessions. That means in a full class, people confess their mistakes. Like, I hid someone's weakness from the government, or praised Kim Jong-un less, or I got impressed by something foreign. Then people apologize for their mistakes, and others in the class criticize them. In North Korea, every person is required to vote, but the surprising thing is that votes are only given to the one the government wants, meaning there are no elections where people vote to choose their leader. Instead, only one representative is voted for, and those who don't vote are considered traitors. So why is voting even held when the government only wants its own people to stand? In reality, elections here are not for choosing but are a loyalty test. When 100% of people vote for a single candidate, the government sees it as a sign of its strength and public unity. There is also a national assembly here, called the Supreme People's Assembly. But its job is not to make decisions but to just rubber stamp Kim Jong-un's decisions. All citizens of North Korea are obliged to memorize the government's 10-point ideological principles. And what if someone stumbles while reciting them? In these 10 points, there isn't a single point where Kim Il-sung's name doesn't appear. In North Korea, every TV set is set only to government channels like Korean Central Television. This means people cannot change channels at will, and tuning into other channels is illegal. In imported TV sets, NTSC tuners are disabled beforehand. In North Korea, even bicycles require registration and a number plate. Here, to ride a bicycle, one must pass a road safety test and also obtain a license. In North Korea, clothing with foreign logos, slogans, or flags is absolutely not allowed. The government views these things as cultural influences from the outside world and wants people to adopt only North Korean identity. Strict laws exist not only for nationals but also for tourists visiting here. A guide is mandatory for tourists, and they must be North Korean, and can only go to locations specified by the government. They cannot try to talk to locals or take photos openly, and if a tourist wants to interview a citizen, they cannot do so without the tour guide's permission. In North Korea, having a mobile phone and computer is allowed, but USB drives and mobile memory are regularly checked. If any content from the outside world is found, there can be punishment. In North Korea, there exists an extremely inhumane class system called Songbun. This system means that when a child is born, their life is determined, and the foundation of this system is the child's family history. For instance, there are 3 classes here. One is core, the second is wavering, and the third is hostile. The category known as the core, it includes those whose ancestors participated in Kim Il-sung's revolution. Here, the workers were soldiers in the Korean War. They are considered the most loyal to the regime. They are given the best jobs, such as high ranks in the government or military, and permission to live in the capital city, Pyongyang. Only this class can own cars and have permission. The second class is the wavering or the battle of the donkeys. These are ordinary North Korean citizens. Their ancestors were also common laborers or farmers, or those who were neither very good nor bad in the eyes of the regime. They are allowed to have middle-class facilities in North Korea. And the third category is hostile, also known as Jogda Kiching. It includes those whose ancestors at some point followed a religion or had any relations in South Korea. The North Korean government considers them traitors and they are given the lowest status in society. They are given the worst jobs, such as working in mines or doing cleaning work. Now moving forward, here, electricity, water, and gas are all provided with rationing, and their consumption is closely monitored. In North Korea, it is mandatory for every citizen to serve in the military for 10 years starting at the age of 17, whether they are male or female. Here, it is compulsory to cry on the death anniversary of any member of the Kim family, including Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. If someone does not do so, their loyalty is viewed with suspicion. It is a must to hang pictures of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il in every home. And it is also a duty to clean them regularly. For ideological loyalty, school children are required to. Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il's speeches are memorized. North Korea is so isolated from the rest of the world that even their calendar is different, known as the Juche calendar. The Juche calendar started in 1912, which is the birth year of the supreme leader Kim Il-sung, meaning the year 1912. In North Korea, it is considered Juche 1, and today, in 2025, it is the year 113 there. There are several reasons why North Korea remains isolated from the world. One is that the Kim regime fears that if people learn about the outside world, they will turn against the government. Therefore, media, travel, and the internet are all banned. Secondly, due to the nuclear program, international sanctions have been imposed on North Korea. These sanctions have further isolated North Korea from the world. It should be noted that some of these rules may have been abolished, or even more dangerous rules may have been implemented. No one has updated information on this. All this information was leaked by those who managed to escape North Korea after 1953. With the help of spy satellites, different areas are monitored. Some North Koreans have even made footage and smuggled USB drives through China. We hope you will like and share this video from Gem TV abundantly. Thank you very much for your loving comments. We will meet in the next amazing video.